work's got to be done. He'd been promised an exhibition in late May, and he knew that was what kept him going. He needed 24 decent canvases to add to the works on paper that were already framed at the gallery in Tallinn. She reckoned he had 19, maybe 22 at a push. He wasn't so sure. He slept, but she did not. So now she dozed in her spot, smelling the resin in the wood heating up when the sun came out. The only sound came from a lark suspended in the sky, way off to her right, and the wind nudging the porch door. What made her start, she could not say. But she sat up, filled with alarm. She shielded her eyes against the light and looked around. A figure was moving purposefully along the track by the shore, hard to make out because of the dark rocks, but occasionally a silhouette flashed against the breaking waves. She stepped inside and unhooked the binoculars they'd inherited with the cabin and trained them through the kitchen window. This individual, certainly a man, was carrying something. But not fishing gear, not a hiker's backpack, not even the wildfowler's shotgun under his arm, more like a case slung over his shoulder. She lost, then found him again, and without thinking pulled her phone off the charging lead, went outside and dialed her husband's number. The call didn't go through. She moved to rise a few meters away and phoned again. This time the call was successful, but he didn't answer. She waited a few moments, because there wasn't anywhere with better coverage, and searched the shoreline with the binoculars, but saw nothing. She dialed, and this time got through, but was cut off. Then she dialed again. He felt the vibration in his pocket, but didn't answer. The clouds had spilled a pool of light, and he had caught it because he was waiting, and the few brushstrokes applied automatically were so certain. To respond to nature in real time, almost as quickly as film, was what he was still alive for. And when he got it absolutely right, it was thrilling. The second call came, and he put the palette and brushes down on the collapsible table, another piece of equipment that gave him huge satisfaction, and fished out his phone, smearing the screen with the paint on his fingers. He could hear her moving and called out her name. Maybe she had dialed him by mistake. But she spoke, breathless. He couldn't hear her because of the noise of boots in the dead grass. He waited and implored her to stand still, goddammit, and speak to him. He heard the crunch of the hardcore track beneath her boots, then she said something. "What?" he bellowed. "I can't hear you." "Someone's out there with you. I don't like the look of him, Bobby. Where are you?" "Just beyond the wreck." He pushed up his blue tam o' shanter, looked around and saw nothing, except the lightfall from the clouds, which now had the faintest yellow tinge and made the spray glow. He caught his breath. It was too late to change his painting, and anyway, that was then, this was now. He grappled with the phone to take a photograph, hoping that he wouldn't lose Ulrika. He took several because the scene was developing every second. Then he returned the phone to his ear. She had gone, so he called her back. "I can't see anyone." But at that moment he spotted a man moving by the rocks at the water's edge, right in line with an illuminated patch of sea. "Ah, I've got him!" he exclaimed. The figure hesitated, then moved off to the right to take the track to the lighthouse that ran across the peninsula between him and Ulrika. "He's going the other way," he said, letting himself down into the camp chair. "Let's have a brew up. Come and join me. I want you to see what I've been doing. I think it's rather good. Well, it's not bad." He was never sure what he felt about his work. Elation was often followed by a crash in spirits. She hung up, and he reckoned he'd got about 10 minutes to get the water boiling and smoke a cigarette. He leaned forward and yanked a camping stove from his bag, lit it, and placed a small whistling kettle on the flame. There was just one enamel mug for them, but he had tea, milk, and a silver and glass hip flask that he had inherited from his father, together with the taste for a dash of whiskey in his tea. They often